Good morning, beautiful people. Here we find ourselves once again in the garden. Let's see what we find. It is Friday. This is my green stalk with indeterminate tomatoes. The flowers are way up there that I am not going to reach. The extreme amount of rain brought yellowing again. But this time, I'm not as worried as I was last time. The mint is overgrown. It's beautiful. But guess what I found? This is the eggplant. And comparing it to the other video last week, it's huge. And people, look at that. I actually have an eggplant. Lots of flowering. It liked the rain. The poblano peppers, they're coming along very nicely. You can see they're all over the plant. I've harvested quite a few. The banana peppers is loaded. However, they're not quite ready to be harvested. But I'm going to pull the larger ones. But look at this. I've got bell peppers growing again. These are the ones that I was taking care of and the squirrel destroyed. These tomatoes I already had to pick because they split a little bit. But it's a huge tomato. And they're the steak tomatoes. I love them. They're beautiful. This is my cucumber plant, and it does have a lot of cucumbers on it. They're growing, but it's turned yellow. I guess I got to put some more Epsom salt again. It is still producing little cucumbers on it. My tomatoes, there's a whole bunch of flowering on my Roma tomatoes. A few of them are blushing. A few do need to be harvested. And yeah, we're gonna harvest some tomatoes today. There's some in here that are ready. I have noticed that part of my videos are getting cut off. I guess they're too long. And there's some more in there, but they're not ready. My dog is after my cats. Anyway, let's go around this way. Let's put this over here. I should get used to carrying a basket or something. Well, I'm already over here. These peppers are producing quite well. I don't remember the name of them, but they are a little spicy. And the flower has a lot of them. The plant has a lot of peppers on it, which makes me very happy. The strawberries are growing. And these little paste tomatoes, they continue to give and give and give. There they are. Here's some more of the Romas that I need to harvest some of these. There's a very nice red one right here. And another. And that's just out of this bed. There's some red, but they're not quite ready over there. My peppers, like I said, I am a first-time gardener. I don't know how this happened. I have a whole bunch of jalapenos. I'm not gonna pick those quite yet. Maybe one or two, because I'm out. I've been harvesting some peppers. These plants have a whole bunch, but if you look in here, Tell me, is that a bell pepper or what? How did I mix up my plants? It makes me very happy to see a bell pepper growing. But like I said, there's plenty of jalapenos in there. This is another plant that is not the same as the jalapenos. It's flowering. I guess I'll know what it is when it comes out. There's little babies growing on that. I mean, they're completely loaded. There's a whole bunch of them. Anyway, these are the shishito peppers. I have to harvest those because they're quite large. I mean, they're just tasty. They're not something that you're gonna get for spice, just flavor. And this one is a different kind of pepper. What is it? Vilma does not remember. These are all the serrano peppers, and there also quite a bit of them in there, all over the place. But again, they are not very spicy, so I'm not harvesting them quite yet. I'm gonna let them get a little bigger. This tangerine tree looks beautiful. It didn't flower this year. But I'm trying to give you a view of the serrano peppers. They're all over the plants. Really nice. They're growing. These are the Brandywine tomatoes. Again, they're the indeterminate. They're the ones I've been trellising up and tying up and doing everything I can for them. I did see a little bit of yellowing, but they're finally flowering, but way up there. I guess Jesse's the one that's gonna have to harvest those. Here's another bell pepper plant. I need to get a bigger container for this. I guess it's bell peppers because I see it's big. The Tabascos are growing very nicely. These peppers, I don't remember what they were. I'll remember whenever I see them, when they grow. And these are the first of the Brandywine tomatoes that I told you that we had gotten. And the tomatillos are growing quite large. I didn't know they grew so big. I guess it depends on which ones you get. And there is one tomato there that I need to get. But look, these are the green beans that I planted. And no, those are the peppers. These are the green beans and the succession sowing of squash that I did. And the squash is loaded with plants, with flowers. And the green beans are flowering. So maybe I can get some green beans. Look at that. It's very pretty. Looks healthy. The cherry tomatoes have definitely, well, I say they've had it, but it's flowering again. So, I'm sorry for the noise, people. Here's more peppers in this container. And when I harvest these, I've noticed they are a little bit spicy. So, I don't know. Here's a great big one I can get. And, yeah, I mean, this is the lemon tree. It had a lot of flowers on it in the beginning, but now it's just got 1 or 2 lemons on it. And it is the lemon tree. These are more green beans and squash that I put in there. My beautiful plant. It just keeps going and going. These tomatoes has started really growing, so I guess they were indeterminate as well. Oh, look, we have plenty of tomatoes in here. Let's see what we can find. Oh, okay. Here's a large tomato. Here's another one. Oh my goodness. And this plant is really growing. You know, people, I've been blessed with being very short. So, I guess I gotta go around the ramp side to get these tomatoes. 'Cause they are ready. There we go. These are also green beans. And they do have little flowers. Let me go around the ramp side. Look at this. It is loaded. Okay, those are not quite ready. They're still green. But there's one down here that is ready. Plenty of flowering. I thank God for my mom. I made this ramp for her when she lived with me. And it's becoming very useful. There's a tomato that's not quite ready. But all in all, I think I'm having a pretty good tomato harvest for today. My potatoes, they're falling over. I don't know if that means it's time. Here's my lime tree, and it does have a few limes on it, but nothing like when it started. As you can see, it does have some. This is the pear tree that I bought to cross-pollinate with the other. And now the pears are visible. Look at that. They're getting big. There's one way up there. Look at that. I don't know if the camera does it justice, but there's pears on the tree that never gave me anything. That's a look at the garden for today. And I thank you. I do post on YouTube for the reason that Facebook does not let me do the whole video. They cut me off halfway, and that's so rude. But okay. I'm putting all this into my pockets because once again, I did not bring a bowl. I guess I'm going to start having to bring some kind of basket or something. The watermelon has gone crazy all over the ground here. I took the trellis off because it was not working out for me. So yes, my husband won. There is 2 little watermelons, but I can't find them right now. This pepper plant has peppers growing on it. This tomato plant is just flowering. I don't even remember what kind it is, but it's got a bunch of flowers on it. Yeah, I like it. I like the gardening. I like the time I have to spend on it. I'm gonna get a few serranos because I do need some for breakfast. So I'm gonna get just a few. Those are too small. Here's the one. And a jalapeno. Let's see which is the largest one I can find. These are all pretty small. I've been harvesting quite regularly. I'll take this little buddy. Yeah, maybe a few. The largest banana peppers are the ones I'm gonna pull. But I have to empty my pockets. Look at that green stalk. The flowers are finally starting out. Sorry about the dogs. They see that I'm outside and then they go crazy. Here we go. This is from today. Okay, let's get a couple of banana peppers. Just the largest ones. The marigolds finally came out. Here's a big one. And here's a big one. I just saute these. Those poblano peppers, they're a little bit too small, but I have harvested them that size, and they're quite tasty. But my happy today is I have an eggplant. That's all for today, people. Like I said, I do post to YouTube for the reason that Facebook cuts me off. Goodness, here's a big pepper. Let's get that guy. I've noticed the more I harvest, the more that comes out. And these right here, they are a little spicy. Anyway, that's all for now. Oh, I have a question. If oh goodness, I forgot. I guess if I leave them on longer, will they get more spicy? Anyway, that's today's harvest, and I've been harvesting every day, a little bit here and there. It's enough to where I don't have to go to the grocery store. So everyone have a blessed day, and I'll see you next week. Bye.